nice day today. I've headed off on a hammock wild camp session, and it's good so far. Unfortunately, that kind of stuff was my last 20 minutes of my journey. So thistles and nettles and everything else coming up to about nipple height, call it that. Then goosegrass and everything in between. Huge mission, bike, rucksack weighing 23 kilos. Probably the biggest mission I've had to get to a site. And I'm here. Awesome. One more hurdle. Didn't see that coming. Nettles everywhere. Right, so no one lives there, I'm camping here tonight. Partially one of the reasons why I decided to have a wild camp this weekend. There are quite a few of these boys hanging around. So this is the British Army 24-hour ration pack, and this is the ORP, which is the operational ration pack, which means basically they've taken the 24-hour one, which is usually in a box. They put it in a nice little bag so you can fit into a rucksack somewhere, whereas obviously the box was a bit of a mission for the guys. So 24 hours. I haven't actually had lunch yet. I didn't even have my watch with me, so I don't even know what time it is right now, but I'm gonna kick into just get the camp set up quickly, and then I'll start cooking the lunch. I'll have a late dinner, and I'll obviously have breakfast tomorrow morning. Well, there it is, round 2. This is the new setup for tonight. So yeah, I set everything up and then just realized that my tree straps, you know, I had a bit more faith in them. I thought they would go a little bit longer than that. You see, it's like just gone around that tree. So they weren't long enough, and honestly I didn't feel like cutting up a bunch of paracord and trying to make I used the cheap paracord, the Chinese stuff, so I didn't want to trust that to hang one side of my hammock. So the new setup is this guy to this guy, which should be fine. It's the usual distance that I go for. So yeah, let's get cracking. I don't even know what time it is. I need to check on my phone. Quick camp tour. I've identified this area as the best place for the stick stove, so I put it there. Windshield on that side because the wind's primarily coming from this direction. I've identified a property over there somewhere, and it actually looks like a house from here, which is kind of weird because I do know this area pretty well, so I don't know if it's just a house attached to another property that I know is actually a commercial property. Maybe that's where the staff live or something, but they have a pretty decent view over that field to this way, so I'd rather have the reflection of the fire going on the back of this tree here, being blocked out, and not much of it will really reach that side, so shouldn't be noticeable from the house, in case this does turn out to be private land, which I doubt. Anyway, so there's a new setup. I had to put a little guy line over there just to keep it nice and taut this side because of the wind coming primarily from that direction. Bike's chilling over there. Hammock's already set up. Everything's packed up over there. Quite a few tent pegs had to go in just to keep it stiff, and I put 2 on each corner as well, just in case the wind picks up at night. Then I had to extend the guy line. This is the guy line for the tarp actually. I had to extend that down. I just tied it over here, but I've actually had to use it for this guy. And I just took the other tree strap and extended that side over there. There's the 2 tree straps, one there, one there. I've got this one going just around there. There's my old sleeping bag stuff sack. I'm using that just to put everything in, that all the loose stuff that you don't need till tomorrow you're packing up. It's hanging on this side. And the one thing I'd like to recommend to all of you is try get hold of these things. It's a little bungee with a ball in the end, and I find them really helpful when I'm setting things up. They came with a tarp that I purchased, my first ever tarp that I bought, and that tarp came with 4 of those, even though it's got like, I think it has I think it's got 12 eyelets, but they gave you 4, 1 for each corner. And those things have just helped me buckets whenever I've had something to do that just needed a little bit of an extension. There I've extended, put 2 of them together just for my my lines for the mosquito net. There's the Chinese hammock. That thing was like 17 pounds with delivery from China, and it is super high quality. You know, I can't see myself needing another hammock for quite a while. I really dig it, and we'll just see. I mean, I have camped in it in -degrees weather. If I can get a good under blanket for it, and then I might not be able to buy something more hardcore than that for a little while. I just got a Euro hike sleeping bag going on in there. Nothing that special. It's a 2 season. And I do have my wool blanket with me just in case it gets a bit cooler. Stuff in there, camera stuff, etc. And I've put 2 carabiners here just for tonight. So if I feel like hanging something, like my head torch, just on the outside of the mosquito net, it'll be within reach. And I put it over here so it doesn't slide down. Camping chair, 24-hour British MRE. Need to crack into that right now. Bloody hell. 2 liters of water, and there's just my rucksack full of all the other stuff. Sweet. I'm losing sunlight, honestly. I need to get going. Okay, so for dinner I'm going with the long grain rice and chickpea curry. Then for the dessert after that will be the ginger pudding in ginger sauce. Before I have all that, I'm gonna mix the tropical flavor drink powder. This has to go with 500 mils of cold water. And I'm still gonna have to reserve some room at the end of the night for the hot chocolate drink mint flavor. So I'm probably only going to take about half of this now just to try it out. Whoa. A massive branch just fell out of the tree into the river. Sweet. Okay. Anyway. Yeah. So I might try some of this out now just to get a bit of a thirst quench going on. That'll be for later on before I go to bed for my nightcap. I've also got a little bit of peanut butter. I'm going to swing into that now because I'm pretty hungry right now. It's nutty. It's quite nice. Just slightly too sweet for how I normally have my peanut butter, but really nice. I haven't had peanut butter at home for a few months now, so it's a nice little treat to have that right now. So the way they package the store matches is it's in 2 separate compartments. So the striker is in its own little packet and the matches are separate, so it just protects the system a lot better. Obviously, if something gets punctured, at least the other one's still alright. There we go. So I got the long grain rice and the chickpea curry wrapped together. I tied a bit of paracord around them just to keep them from touching the sides of the container. I'm trying to preserve water as well. So just doing boil in the bag method, you know, feed the fire, cook it for quite a while, see how it goes. Right, mixing it in quite a bit. Looks pretty good. I ate some curry directly from the bag, and honestly it's not bad quality, it's pretty good quality, to be honest with you. Obviously not the same as like a really high quality shop, you know, high street Indian takeaway, Indian shop, but for me, good enough, definitely. So I threw the the ginger pudding into the remaining water, the hot water that I used to boil the food up in. That just warmed it up quite a bit, and I ate the rest of it. It's almost like I'm having a bit of a sugar overload right now because I'm not feeling very well. So what I've done is I've decided to switch it up for my drink. I'm rejecting the mint hot chocolate. I'll have that tomorrow at some point. I switched it for the Thai Fu black tea. I'm not a huge fan of black tea. I like herbal teas, but when you take a strong black tea and you just have it as is, I don't really like that very much.
Good morning, everyone. I had a pretty decent sleep last night. Not really sure what the time is right now, but I slept really well. My back wasn't cold, but just every time I swapped over to the side, whether leaning off to this side or the other way, my legs would get just slightly cold when they were going up against the parachute material, but nothing that would keep you awake. What was weird was, I don't know how long after I went to sleep, but something just told me open your eyes, and I don't exactly know where, but an area over there, and it has to have been these wildflowers over here. An area was illuminated pretty strongly with light. Of course, when I saw that, my eyes were full of like sleep dust, and I was like, what, you know? I just opened and closed, and just set up a bit like, what's that, you know? And I couldn't really focus it properly. And then like I was turning, I closed my eyes, I don't know why, but I just kind of like blinked in a way, moved a bit as if to sit up, and I just sat forward, and it was gone. And it appears that there was a floodlight being lit from somewhere, and it definitely didn't illuminate the top, because I would have seen it like through there. It was just somewhere over there.
Last night's sleep setup. So food hanging in the ration bag just off there. Then the 2 bags that I got hanging over there, just stuff in there that all random stuff, you know, just, you know, just in case rodents or something were to smell something off any of those cook pots and things like that. I'd rather have them hanging. This is a new ground sheet. These are 1 pound in the Poundland store. It's a 2 meter by 1 meter, and it actually has eyelets, and it's quite thick for that price. It's pretty decent, but obviously the ends haven't been kind of like sewn in. So yeah, I wouldn't really rely on something like this as a you know, it's too small anyway. But I was gonna say, if anyone wants to buy something like this for a throw up shelter you keep in your pocket,
You know, if you're ever out and having a day camp or just some kind of day trip kind of thing, and it just starts a little bit of rain and you want just something over you. Yeah, it's just not big enough for that. But you know, 6 eyelets, that's pretty cool. I guess the intention there is just to stake it down so it doesn't blow away if it's your ground sheet. So that's pretty much it. Like I said, slept pretty decently. Wasn't cold. The wind died down, so I didn't have any issue with the tarp at all. Dinner was, what was that? Chickpea and something curry from the British Army 24-hour MRE. I had a ginger and ginger sauce dessert, but my starter was just like a pack of peanut butter, and then I also had the pack of cheddar cheese. It's a nice little spot, it really is. It's a bunch of willows. There's another group of willows over there. It's a bit darker underneath and a lot less. There's still a lot of deadfall underneath that would need clearing to make a decent campsite. But I don't know, I just didn't like that spot very much. It's a bit, yeah, not as open, you know, not as inviting. If you're going to be making a video, it's not going to be as nice, in my opinion. If he crabs right now, that's going straight on my lens. I'm reasonably high up. Nice big willow up here, and it's going almost at a 45-degree angle, so it's all the way down there. Feels like I'm a good at least 10 meters in the air, not too sure really. It's hard to say because I can see the ground over there, but right below me there's all that stuff growing, so it's hard to say directly. Yeah, 10 meters at least. Alright, breakfast. So I'm gonna get the stick stove going soon just to heat up some water. With that, I don't know which one I'm gonna go for. It's either going to be a half serving of the hot chocolate mint, or I'm gonna just go for a instant coffee. Then I've added 100 mils of water to the muesli over here. That's been standing for a while, so that's already ready to go. And I've got an oatmeal block, 25 grams, which I'm going to start eating now before I have that. It's just a round oatmeal biscuit. Oh, that looks like enough. That's a massive improvement. I think most of us expect muesli to have a fruit flavor, at least some kind of dried fruit, dehydrated fruit in there. That's quite nice.
Decided to lie down for a bit. I did fall asleep. Set my alarm for like 10 o'clock or something, and damn pheasant kept waking me up. I don't know, it came really close to camp and just, you know, made a noise every like 10 minutes or so, and just like every time that happened, just woke up. What the hell's that shit? Anyway, it's a pleasant little day. I didn't really realize how close this this particular location was to the highway, so I'm sure you can hear it pretty well on the background all the time. Luckily for this Saturday night, Sunday morning, we haven't had those racer motorcyclists making that huge noise on the highway. It's pretty cool. There was a little bit of that as soon as I arrived at camp before I really started filming, and then I haven't had that all day long. You know, I've had it there was one truck which had an exploded tire, you know, the typical noisy like bang, and then and then they're slowing down and stuff. So that happened. Other than that, yeah, a few blue lights, no sirens, pretty amazing. Cool, well here's the potentials for lunch. Obviously there's the main, and then that'll be dessert. That's the cookies and cream flavor cereal bar, and then I got nuts. That'll be the three main ones. I just have to figure out what I want to drink because I have limited water left over. Okay, so I'm digging into the bean and pasta salad, and I'm telling you, this stuff is quality. It's really good stuff, really nice, and I think the vegetarian meals are actually, the vegetarian menus are less popular in the UK amongst people who buy MREs. I don't know if they're just too scared to try them out, but I really like this. I'm enjoying this. Of course I haven't had the other ones yet, but if you're scared to try it out just because it hasn't got meat in it, just go ahead. I mean, it's delicious. It's really good. Overall opinion, a really packed 24-hour ration. If you're going to try one of these out, whether it's to review it or whether just to try one out when you go camping, take a lot of water. Like I would take a liter of water just for the cooking, and then more than a liter for all the hot drinks. So I should have brought 2 liters last night. Yeah, I should have brought 3 liters altogether, pretty much. Yeah, extremely well packaged, lots of stuff. They got everything covered: breakfast, lunch, dinner, desserts, snacks, extra drinks, cold drinks and hot drinks. Really well covered, really pretty good design and stuff. Quite a few things were a little bit too sweet for me. That's what kind of ruined it for me, but other than that, top quality. And yeah, so I reckon thumbs up on that one. Pretty good. That's where the fire was. So for those of you who are new to bushcraft and wild camping the way it should be done, we have a LNT, leave no trace policy, where you kind of, especially when it comes to the fire, you remove the fire, you know, the coals, things like that, and cover it over. I haven't even covered it over yet, and that's what it looks like. I'm saying this is what it probably should look like every single time. Sometimes you can't exactly get this exact state, but as long as you have a little bit of water left over and you make the effort to scrape all this stuff out and get rid of it, disperse it, bury it, whatever. Now that's what it looks like before I'm going to cover it with all the debris that was lying here anyway.